All right, starting our safety practice, a 90-minute restorative class. So if you happen to have an oil, I'm using Peace today, but I also have Balance on my feet, which I think is such a great rooted, any of the woods will be really great for this practice. I'm going to put this on my feet. Cypress is a good one. Vetiver would be really good for this practice. It's very earthy and grounding and has that consistency. Right. I'm so grateful that you are here. I love sharing this practice and I love practicing this practice. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on our backs. You're going to place a block underneath your sacrum. I'm going to use a bolster because it's much more comfortable for me. And we'll get started with the music. Right. So the first setup is basically your sacrum on the bolster, so your head is off, and you'll scoot up a little bit higher so your tush is supported as well. So just begin to breathe here. To the river to wade, to bathe. So as you rest here, consider the mantra, I care for myself. In this practice, we move from a sense of fragility to a sense of stability. I would like for you to contemplate for a moment the biological process that brought you here. Together, your parents created you. From there, you needed love and attention and reliable care to survive. The way these needs were met and nourished during childhood affect your sense of safety and security as an adult. A strong presence or loud absence of your primary caregivers directly influence the construct of your survival strategies and coping mechanisms. You might be paralyzed with fear, hoarding possessions, controlling your food, or avoiding responsibility. At the root, these behaviors reveal your very human need to feel safe and secure. All right, so from here, just gently draw your right knee into your chest and just kind of allow the left foot to engage so that there's a sense of rootedness and heaviness to the left side. Let your shoulders relax. Feel held and supported by the ground. And then let your right foot soften. Let your left foot remain heavy. Only you can create a foundation for yourself. learning how to take care of yourself, to parent yourself is key. Allow Muladhara, the first chakra, to be your place of safety and let it help you to establish a solid relationship with yourself. We're going to be staying in these poses for a while. Your body knows what to do. So your task is to allow, to witness, and to keep the mantra in mind, I care for myself. As humans, this is one of our most essential practices, is to care for ourselves, to meet our own needs, to look after ourselves, and to honor what we value most. Go ahead and switch sides. Drawing your left knee in, extending the right. Take a deep breath and go inward. What do you value most? Without doing anything, how could you give yourself that which you value most in this moment? From here, just go ahead and extend both legs long for a few minutes. And then bring both feet to the ground. Bolster can stay just as it is. And allow your knees to bend so your feet are on the ground. Right? Same position as before, except the knees are bent, feet are on the ground. You can place your hands on your low belly the first chakra and breathe here, or you can extend your arms, either palms down or palms up. You just stay here, feeling this quality of being close to the earth and slowing down. First chakra, the space of safety, the space of home, the foundation from which all the other parts are built. We take care of ourselves, take care of our home, our bodies, our family, our home, our earth. Relish the moments of stillness. Our bones, the womb space, the root, the stability of our feet, the ground we stand on. So if you start to feel any tension in the low back, can you soften the muscles of your legs and your hips? Can you bring more weight into your bones? Feeling the density and the stability within. Imagine, like the roots of a tree, the interconnected web that moves down and out and connects with all the other underground sources, other trees, water, soil. Allow your mind to travel downward. So feel free, even though we're still, feel free to make adjustments, movements. There's a quality of the sensuous where we feel into our senses, quality of embodiment, establishment of presence. And from here, we're going to extend our legs up to the sky. So you can start by just drawing your knees in if that feels okay and reaching your feet up. So a good option for this is to bring your bolster over to a wall so that your feet can be supported. And having the legs free also feels good. So go ahead and choose if you feel like you need the support of the walls, bring yourself over to the walls. Otherwise, feel into that first chakra, feel into the low back, feel into the low belly, and root your attention there. It's like our center of gravity. And just feel the length, the back of the hamstrings, the length of the legs, the length of the root. Allow your feet to come down to the ground. Spread your toes wide, feel connection with the earth. Begin to press down into the feet, gently lift the hips, remove the bolster off to the side. And you'll roll onto your right side or left. It doesn't really matter. And you'll just come into a fetal pose, drawing your knees in, coming close into yourself, lying on your side. Consider heaviness sacred, an aspect of fully knowing who you are I'd like for you now to just focus on moving down. Take a moment here to feel into your deepest fears. Feel held by the closeness of the earth. Every time you tune in and go down, you become more yourself. Accept your past as it is. All of it has brought you here. Allow this moment to be, embrace, nurture, and protect this space for yourself. Then we roll onto the opposite side. What if hiding and loneliness was really preparation and incubation? Take time here to reevaluate. Ask yourself, is there a false scarcity in my life? Am I asking others to give me what I can give to myself? So for this next pose, we're going to come into a different position. And you'll need to take your bolster or your block. It'll be underneath your feet. And you'll come onto your belly. The feet will be lifted. And you can place either a block on your low back, or a weighted blanket, which is what I'm going to do. It's a little cumbersome, on your low back. Okay. You'll make your way onto your front, feet supported, the ground as close to the earth as possible. Take these moments of stillness to discover your own needs. Ask yourself, what triggers me to feel unsafe? Take a moment here to identify the voice of self-criticism and let it go. Remember your mantra, I care for myself. Your body is your home, your responsibility. Let go of the self-talk that says I'm alone or unwanted. I am now taking care of my first chakra need. Please take one more deep breath with me here. Remove any props from your back. Slowly and gently position yourself into a downward facing dog. That's what I'd like for you to do. Is set yourself up so that the bolster or block are high enough that you can rest your head on the bolster. Tending your first chakra needs is nurturing to your inner child. So if you need to bring the bolster higher or your feet wider, to feel this supportive posture, feel free. Another thing that I'd really like for you to do is establish yourself in your feet. Bend your knees, feel your legs, feel the strength. Take the weight off and into your strong, stable lower body. You can gently walk the feet forward and you'll place the block on either side of your feet. You can bring them to a higher level if you need. And come into a forward fold here. So again, establishing yourself in your feet, in your legs, a slight bend in the knee. Bringing some more weight into the balls of the toes. And then finding ground back into the heels. Fill yourself with your own loving presence. And from here, gently make your way onto your knees. Now take the bolster between your knees, coming into a child's pose. We're going to stay here for a good long time. Feeling unsafe corresponds with feeling unloved. You can breathe warmth and awareness into your roots. What if the encouragement you crave from those you love and admire never comes? Can you be the one you are waiting for? If your darkest thoughts surface, soften into trust with your breath. Allow gravity to keep you here and to keep you from fleeing. Alright, so from here, just gently come out, and I'm going to give you a couple options. The first option, both options are going to have the right leg extended, but you can either bend your knee so that your foot is out, or you can bring your foot in. Right? So if you're having any knee issues, this one might be a little bit more challenging. If you make it as wide as possible, you want to find connection with your sitting bones. This will give you a little bit more access to the inner and outer hip. I'm going to start here and then go from there. Use as many props, blankets, pillows as you'd like. And come down into your pose. We're going to stay here for about 5 minutes on each side, a little less. And one thing you can do is just place your hand down on your first chakra. You can also bring that onto the lower back. And in this moment, say, I let go of the habitual self-talk that says, I'm alone or unwanted. I am now taking care of my first chakra need. So when you're ready, you can transition to the other side. Take your time, leave when you're ready. You might need to take a different option on this side, that's fine. So the first chakra, the place of our root and our home. And home is not always the safest place for us. Sometimes it's a place of pain, of stress, of heartache even. But our home is where we live. It's where we recover, where we grow, where we learn about love, both the unconditional and conditional kind. So again, in these moments of stillness, notice the self-talk. Notice any negativity and transform any negativity through the breath, through the body, through stillness. In these moments of stillness, we put back together our fragility, returning it to stability, settling into what is and what we value, and establishing a sense of ground, rootedness, peace, and safety for ourselves and those around us. Very gently and very slowly come on out of this pose. You're going to extend both legs nice and wide. I'm going to finish towards you. So your legs will be wide here. Again, keep a nice commitment to the ground through your sitting bones. You'll take your bolster, blanket, pillows. Set yourself up. I'm going to grab another pillow. The quality of pillows makes a big difference. I love to surround myself with a soft things. And then from here, you'll fold forward. So attending to your first chakra is directing energy into actively acting as your own mother or father, your own parent, nurturing the inner child inside of you. Fill yourself up with your own loving presence. If you happen to have heated blankets or a heating pad, it's really nice to wrap yourself up. Once you come into the pose, grabbing extra layers or socks. Take a deep breath and go inward. Repeat the mantra, I care for myself. Moving from fragility to stability, breath by breath, moment by moment. allowing, experiencing, and welcoming stillness, presence, peace, safety. Gently and slowly, we'll transition to our next pose, next posture. Right, so from here, you'll place the bolster underneath your knees. You'll place the block in such a way that you can bring your head and feel supported. So now you know that when you are not feeling safe, it stems from feeling empty or unloved. This is the dark hole that only you can fill. Breathe with warm awareness into your roots. We crave and are wired for connection. We are singular, individual, sovereign creatures. We make our choices. We govern our own direction. We must take care of ourselves. Use our own resources. It's as simple as breathing, witnessing, and rooting. Being willing to be here, claiming our right to be here. Whenever you feel as if you don't have the right to be here, for whatever reason, know that that is the first chakra, letting you know that your needs are not being met. Inviting you to bear witness, slow down, to feel still, and ask yourself what you need. What do you need in this moment, at this time? And how could you meet that need for yourself without anyone else involved? Just in this moment, take a deep breath and go inward. Take a deep breath and go inward. Repeat your mantra. I care for myself. I take care of myself. I care for myself. So when you're ready, we move into our second to last pose. So you'll take your bolster, come onto your back, bring the soles of your feet together, and you can support your knees with your blocks, or you can take a pillow on either side. And then if you happen to have an extra blanket nearby, I have this gorgeous weighted blanket that Nate got me. I'm going to add that. I'm also going to turn off my lights here and come into this pose as fully as possible with you. So you'll come onto your back. Your head's going to be supported. So you might need to adjust your bolster or add some extra. This first chakra is really supported here. Just feel yourself open to receive. And once you're settled, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and go inward. And turn off my overhead lights. and let the gorgeous music soothe and support. So also, if you happen to have an eye mask, it's a good opportunity to use that. There are certain benefits to practicing at home. Ideally, we are practicing at home each day, and when we go into community, get a boost. It doesn't have to be a full 90 minutes, just 10 minutes is good. 5 minutes is good. Little moments throughout the day where you catch yourself, where you find a moment of stillness, where you care for yourself. It could be making yourself a tea, going for a walk, looking out the window, calling a friend, making dinner. Making a bed, lighting a candle, cleaning a corner, a drawer, taking a bath, holding a child, saying thank you, saying I love you. There's so many ways we can bring balance to the foundational first chakra. A place of safety, peace, home. Where we establish trust with ourselves and boundaries around what we value most. Place your hand right on the first chakra, right at the sort of right above the pubic bone, the hip bone, with a warmth. from here, again, moving when you're ready and not before. We'll move into our final pose, and in this pose, your feet will be supported on the block. And actually use pillows as well. And then the bolster will go underneath your body and your head. Your whole body is supported. And your head will be sort of hanging off the edge. Take your time. Your head, whole body on the bolster. You can use 2 or 3 pillows. And the head hanging off. And if that doesn't feel good, you can also place the block underneath your head as well. You're making that connection again with the first chakra. And once you're settled, I'm just going to read the story of a heroine. So again, you can place your hands just on the first chakra area, the sort of triangle of your pelvis. And support of the props. Breathe into your belly. It'll lead to a soul. But for now, keep the mantra in mind. I take care of myself. I care for myself. During the process of bringing all the fragility of the bits and the pieces together, established and stable. I think you may or may not know what makes this book, Angelus, so special. It's a multi-sensory experience. Beautiful pictures and artwork and design. The practices, the points. And as well, there's a story. Story of a heroine moving through each one of these energy centers. The chakras are a system very much like a house. You can imagine your body as a house, and you can use that as a map to bring healing, to maintain, and to elevate your internal experience. So the story takes place in the basement. The body lies in an indistinguishable heap on a rough concrete basement floor in the darkest hour of night. Her skin is covered in a cold sweat. Her fingers twitch involuntarily and her eyes flutter behind her lids. She jolts awake and scrubs the sleep from her eyes with her fist and looks around. She sees the evidence of a recent night lost to her vices. Vices that are a short-term solution to long-term problems. As she sulks in the groggy aftermath of another night of self-abuse, she feels an all-consuming loneliness that reminds her of how afraid and lost she truly is. These crippling realizations collapse her body into a fetal position. She gathers her legs to her chest and wipes her running nose and her kneecap, burying her face into her thighs and wishing to disappear once and for all. She tries to think of people who would miss her if she actually faded away and comes up short. Her body goes limp with despair. This is her rock bottom. Just then, she feels a scaly body slither alongside her own. She opens her eyes to see a long, black snake, coiling itself up into a heap of glittering scales. The snake looks deep into her eyes, filling her with a freezing fear. It speaks. Stop. Stand up. Start to tell the truth. Frozen in horror, she watches the snake as it slinks away around a corner of the basement, leading through a small crack in the foundation that is glowing in a soft, white light. The light flickers out after the snake leaves, and she feels a profound shift. She has no choice now but to clearly witness her mess and her lies. Her fearful loneliness comes stale and disgusting. The mess in front of her becomes ridiculous and unnecessary. The lies she has survived on feel heavy and cumbersome. She cannot stand to be in this room a single minute longer. She heeds the word of this mysterious snake and hoists herself up to stand. I need help, she mutters. So she makes her first effort in a very long time to take care of herself. Putting one foot before the other, she walks herself to the bathroom to take a drink crisp and clean, cool water. The work of the first chakra can be quite dramatic. A pathway to reestablishing a connection and a sense of healing there can be as simple as standing up and taking a drink of water. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Take your hands, place them on the Muladhara chakra, the first chakra. Take a deep breath and go inward and say to yourself, I care for myself. I have the power to move from fragility to stability. And I can take care of myself. Our ability to take care of ourselves creates and establishes a sense of trust. So that we can create boundaries to protect and support what we value most. So please take 3 deep breaths with me. Keep one hand on the first chakra and move the second to your heart. Take 3 more deep breaths with me here. And then bring your hands together, gently rub your hands. Place both hands over your heart. Take one breath. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your practice. And as a follow-up to this, I'd like for you to consider some ways in which you can take care of yourself this weekend. Simple practices, making a cup of tea, making a nourishing meal, those sorts of things. And I will see you next week on the subject of trust. The practice following is a vinyasa practice. So we'll move. So thank you so much for being here. Namaste.